Okay, so we're gonna install some strings on an old Strat here. Hang on a second, let's see where this is from. It's Mexican 2008 by the looks of it. And okay, starting with our low E. I'm gonna pinch this about there, you know, just set it about yay. It's about the width of a thumb or so. Knock that through the eye or the post hole, and then I'm gonna bring that around. And this is a luthier's knot, by the way. Some people like it, some people don't, because they don't like the idea of having to deal with it when it comes time to taking it off. Well, that's because it's a knot, okay? And the good thing about a knot is it will tend to hold better than just a straight thread through, okay? So, once again, give that a good yank. And I'll explain this further as I go through. And once again, but what is that, about a little less than an inch, I guess. And the hole can be, you know, anywhere within this kind of region. If you want to go through, you know, from the side you're going to work from, wrap that around, keeping it really tight. The tighter you keep that as you bring it around and yank it over, the cleaner the end result will be. And with fine strings, it's not an issue because they'll cooperate. But the heavier strings, you'll see some bundling and stuff like that. But for the most part, pretty straightforward. There, where are you? There you go. Okay. I know you might not be able to see everything with my hands in the way, but I'm giving it a good go. Okay. Give that a quick wind. I also made sure that the strings were properly seated at the ball end, because sometimes they get hung up. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but sometimes you'll be winding up a string and all of a sudden, bink, and it'll seat, because the ball end was literally hung up on the edge of the what's the sustain block that is with Stratocasters, you know, with Tellys or Les Paul style setups and stuff like that. You don't have to worry about that. But anyway, so here's our last one. And where are you? There we go. Okay, and I'll just orient that a little bit better for this final wrap. Around and over. Give it a good tug there, and away we go. Okay. So get that tensioned up. I've already worked on this instrument like really many times, so I know the nature of it, but it is set kind of semi-floating. I've got the back end blocked off at the moment. Okay. This is the old school seagulls, as we call them. Come on, you bugger. Oh well, I'll deal with that. Okay, this way. Rather than trying to make a mess of things, I'm going to back that off a little bit. Get that under there, and then tighten it back up. I like to keep those aligned squarely and, you know, reasonably tight to the face of the instrument. Sometimes you'll see a spacer underneath there. Depends on how acute you want the angle over the nut. Anyway, Number one weapon. Here's my reference. So all that was just to get it in the ballpark. Here, I'll plug it in for a second. Got a little bit of dirt on there, but there we go. Okay. Position 2, nice and hum canceling. That makes quick work of that. I'm going to give this a real quick initial stretch. Beauty. It's in the ballpark. And so I'm just going to take my side cutters here and give this a real quick haircut. Nice and neat. And this is what I had sitting under the tailpiece, because this particular guy, the owner, likes it floating a little bit. So not quite a tone, but just a little bit of wiggle room. There we go. So that's, now I wouldn't deal with this like in the real world, playing it or anything like that as far as setup goes, until I have it sitting in my lap properly. That way I can make sure that everything's functioning without influence of gravity or anything. A little bit of wiggle on there. And you're good to go. Of course, there's some settling in and all that, detailing and whatnot, but that's the way it's done. Anyway, these knots, they will stretch out. I'll go over them and make sure that the wraps are all nice and tight and stuff. They tend to crimp up on their own and kind of collapse and make, and as you stretch the string, all that slack kind of comes together, and the strings will tend to stabilize quite well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. There's your luthier's knot in action. Okay, maybe next time we'll look at taking it off, which is really just, it's super simple, and it's not nearly as difficult as you might think. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. See you later. Bye.